level that you're never gonna get. That's free. Always push it up until the red. That's free. Never expect your respect. That's free. I train 52 weeks times 10. That's free.
Picking up after the Joker has just committed suicide whilst battling Batman. The Dark Knight Returns book 4 focuses primarily on the divisions between the left and right, not the directions you muppet. The story builds up to and focuses on the eventual battle between Batman and Superman. Throughout the story, Batman's come to represent that the public can be trusted to do the right thing in the end. A liberal mentality. Whereas Superman's sort of more regimented and believes that any nail that sticks up should be hammered down.
A Republican mentality.
The Blue Boy Scout even drops lines like, "Isn't this a school night?" And whilst it's played for laughs, it represents order in America as a whole. We're supposed to dislike Superman and align ourselves with the Dark Knight, but both sides have their merits and criticisms, making it for a really good in-depth battle of morals and physicality. It's a great analysis of modern day politics. Barely making it through his ordeal escaping from the police, Batman feels like he's on his last leg. Gotham City soon follows suit. The war that has slowly built up in the subplot to this point comes to full fruition when Russia launch a nuclear missile at Corto Maltese. Superman barely intercepting the missile allows it to detonate over the seas. However, the EMP caused by the blast knocks all electrical equipment out in Gotham. While Superman recovers in a scene that clearly inspired Batman v Superman, we see Gotham become a lawless no man's land. If you've ever been to Magaluf, imagine that, 3 in the morning, everyone running through the streets, pissing on everything, vomiting everywhere, fighting one another, having sex on a park bench. Hell. Though I've heard Magaluf's alright if you go in September. It's basically like that in Gotham. Anyway, being known for its criminal reputation, it seems like Gotham City doesn't have a chance of even making it through the night. That's where bloody Batman comes in. Gallantly riding on horseback, Batman returns to Gotham, bringing law and order with him. We are given a first-person perspective of how terrifying the events would be. These would later be realised in the terrorist attacks on 9/11, and it's phenomenal to see how this situation would be handled should superheroes exist. Being more relevant today than it was in 1986, I really got the impression that Miller was a forward thinker in this segment about restoring Gotham whilst the rest of the Eastern Seaboard descends into chaos, really elevates the stature of the Caped Crusader. Batman represents order, however it's an unorthodox order, a symbol of anti-establishment, and he becomes a political embarrassment because of it. The president decides that Batman's went too far. Superman, who knows Batman will never allow himself to be brought in alive, decides there's only one way to do it. "You'll never take me alive, copper!" To me, from this perspective, it seems like Superman always wanted an excuse to take Batman down. We get hints towards there being no superheroes anymore and Superman being the cause of that. And Superman is pretty much primarily used as a lackey, a deterrent to stop other countries from attacking America. He's brought in to handle things that the president may want to distance himself from politically. Batman's a complete affront to this. That's why he's so dangerous. Once the people begin to question the authorities, there could be a revolution. Superman is here to keep order and make sure everyone stays in line. Batman now out that line, he's got to bring them back in. Final showdown. When kids weren't whispering boobies in your ear and running off giggling, the playground was a place where you would debate who would win in a fight, Batman or Superman. It was also where you wore your hood over your head and pretended to be Batman, whilst your little loser mate, the little div kid, he pretended to be Robin. That kid grew up to be CEO of a multi-million-pound company, whilst you scrape money together to read comics and heat a tin of sweet corn to eat for your tea. This'll be a fine Christmas. But I digress. There never was a clear answer to that question till 1986. Frank Miller dared to have the two giants of comics face off against each other, and it was a momentous battle. Bruce wails on Superman throughout, hitting him with procedural attacks from every angle. He uses missiles, the Batmobile, electronics and sonic waves to impact the hero's senses on every level. It's completely tactical and speaks volumes to how prepared Batman is for every eventuality. The helmet makes him deaf to Superman's pleas, removing any possibility of doubt. I wish this was something that had been used in Batman v Superman, as it would have made sense as to why Clark couldn't reason with the Dark Knight. We all know that they didn't put much thought into that final battle though. With the help of Green Arrow, Batman uses kryptonite against the Man of Steel, beating on him until cardiac arrest takes over his body and he dies at the scene. Mirroring this, Alfred too passes away, destroying Wayne Manor in the process. The Bat is dead. The legacy is over. Or so the world thinks. Fake news. That impression was crap. Turns out Batman planned to fake his own death, removing himself from the limelight so that he could once again operate in the shadows. At the funeral, Clark hears him, but like good old America, he lets him off. It allows Superman to be the good guy in the end, realizing that he will never best Bruce fully, but as long as he stays out his way, he's okay with that. We end on Bruce rebuilding the cave with the mutant gang, realizing that this will be a good life. The Dark Knight Returns is the perfect send-off for Bruce Wayne. It features heavy political subtext, as well as a gigantic showdown between Batman and Superman, two of comics' most iconic characters. Enveloped within this book is a well-written and crafted story, and we see the initial thoughts of it come to full fruition here in the end. It's a perfect way to end his career. No matter how many times I read it, this chapter always blows me away. It's a momentous occasion that really nails down the intricacies and differences between Batman and Superman's way of thinking, which makes them both such interesting characters. Standing tall as one of the greatest send-offs ever, I had no choice but to give this issue a perfect 10 out of 10. So that concludes my Dark Knight Returns review and in-depth analysis. Brilliant from start to finish, this book absolutely deserves to be on your bookshelf. It would go on to influence Batman comics for the next 30 years, and few of those comics have managed to hold a candle to this. It's rare to find such a gripping read, and I urge those who haven't checked it out to definitely pick it up. Adapted to movies, games, animated films, everything, really is the quintessential tale of the Caped Crusader, and I'm head over heels with it. So after having reviewed all 4 chapters, weighing them all up as one, I've decided to mark this story overall as a 9.5 out of 10. It's just a brilliant journey and you should definitely pick it up. So thanks very much for checking out my Dark Knight Returns review. It's been a long time coming and it took a long time to get there, so I appreciate everyone who's watched it week by week. Make sure you subscribe my channel because next time I'm doing The Dark Knight Strikes Again, which I've got a feel it's not going to be reviewed as highly, but I don't know why. And then after that I'm going to review The Dark Knight 3, The Master Race. It's here, it's finally here, so make sure you check that out too. Thanks very much for taking the time to watch everything. I really appreciate it, and I love you. Take care. Peace.